How's it going? Mike here, Mike's Pressure Washing, Trenton, Ohio. I am doing something different today. No pressure washing related video on this gloomy Saturday. It's supposed to turn nice for the weekend. I'm banking on that. Behind me, I have my very cluttered garage, though I will tell you it has been much worse. And I am totally revamping the garage. It's going to be pristine. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And I'm going to take you on the journey with me. Today, my task is to completely take everything out of the garage, put it right here, and then I'm going to be resurfacing the floor. I rented the grinder to use to take up all of the paint and etch the floor. I bought a top of the line epoxy coating for this. It's going to look absolutely amazing. I've already painted the walls and have installed new cabinets in the back. Still have to do the crown molding and a few things there. And then I'm going to have this wall here as a gray accent wall. Why? Because I want to. That's why. So the first thing I'm going to do is empty everything out and then get started grinding on the floor. This will be the totality of the video, is really just the before and after. I may show some of the work, but you know what it is to hit the eject button on all of this stuff. So the next thing you'll see is an empty garage, and then we'll begin to resurface the floor. Looking forward to that. Do not go anywhere. I'll be right back. Didn't take long to get everything outside. To be honest with you, almost none of this stuff goes back into the garage. In my next series, I will be building a 12 by 16 building in the back, and that will suffice as my shop for grill grippers, jug hugs, and all the other side hustles that I have. So now I'm at the place where I'm ready to start prepping the floor. Here's the machine I have to prep the floor, and it is a dust creator. I've already done a little test sample here. This took all of 15 seconds, and you can see it's beginning to grind up not only the old paint, but etching the concrete. That's what you have to have in order to apply the epoxy coating. I'm going to go ahead and prep the floor with the machine, and then we'll come back, see what that looks like, and that will conclude part one. I have college game day to keep me busy. Ohio State's coming on soon. And so here we are. All right, this is part one of my series on a complete garage makeover. Oh, by the way, you may ask, so why are you doing all this? My BMX friends, old school, kicking it, baby. They know, they get it already. So all of my BMX bikes will be lining the walls, and there will be a new addition to the garage right here very, very soon. In fact, myself and my very good friend Mark Riley will be leaving on Black Friday from Ohio to go back to Virginia, where I'm from, to pick up my original 1984 Pontiac Fiero that I had as a teenager. It's been sitting in my father's garage untouched for 30 years exactly. So that's going to be a project in of itself and a great YouTube series. So stay tuned for that. It's all going to take place here. Super, super excited. Don't go anywhere. All right, this is going to take a while. The surface needs to be scratched up like this. This is what I've done in probably 15 minutes. So this is going to take a while. The vacuum helps to relieve some of the dust that is absolutely going to take over. It's crazy. But yeah, it's going to take a while. So you won't see me again until I'm done. Stay tuned. Okay, so I lied. We are back, and here we are several hours into this project. I'm convinced that this is an inferior product, at least compared to what I'm seeing on YouTube by the more commercial contractors who do this for a living. I rented this. it's doing its job, but it's just, oh man, it's inferior. Part of the problem is there's nothing flat about this garage. And while I appreciate the manufacturer's videos on YouTube, they're showing me how to do it under the very best of conditions and circumstances. This is not that. This is very rough, very uneven, and not to mention I'm having to peel through at least 2 layers of paint to get to the concrete that you see here. Once it gets to that point, it does an okay job. Another problem is the vacuum system. Totally inferior, not what I'm seeing on YouTube with the contractors. They have a much bigger setup, and this just doesn't work. I'm literally spending more time emptying the container and even more so cleaning the filter than I am actually using the machine to grind the floor. But without the vacuum system, it's an absolute impossibility. It's so dusty, it's crazy. Just a real quick word to always wear proper PPE. This is a job. This is very reminiscent of work. However, I am determined. I really want to see this come to fruition. I'm determined that if I'm going to get the result that I want, it's going to take hard work. And so I'm glad I rented this for the weekend. It's Saturday. If it goes into Sunday, so be it. I'll come back after church and just begin to continue. But all right, I promise the next time you see me, this will be complete. All right, here we go. Let's get back at it. All right, it's day 2. We tapped into Sunday. I spent till after dark last night. In fact, I was well into the evening working on the floor. Went to church, came home, and I've been working on this all afternoon. And I'm quite pleased with what we have thus far. I'm sure the professional is going to pick this apart. In fact, I expect that. I wasn't expecting some of the cracks that we have in the floor, for instance, this right here. So I'll have to spend some time grinding that out and then properly caulking that. I'm going to spend the rest of the evening cleaning up. I mean, everything. It's a dusty mess. Look at this, by the way. This is dust. This is a whole thing, a whole trash can full of dust. Oh, wow. I've got my work cut out for me. Let me show you this. I mean, that's how dusty this is. Crazy, but it is what it is. So let me just say that this is not a tutorial on how to anything. If anything, it's a tutorial on how not to. So watch me do the exact opposite and you will have a perfect product, I promise you. But last night, I spent some time reviewing some YouTube videos on this actual machine here, which is the Husqvarna PG280. And quite honestly, they were having the same exact problems that I was having. So this machine is doing what it was designed to do. But with at least two layers of paint already on here, it was tough. So about halfway through the process, I stopped at the big box store, picked up a few HEPA filters for the shop vac and a new push broom. And this should help me in the process of cleaning up this mess, which is what I'm going to do for the remainder of the evening. And this concludes part 1 of my complete garage makeover, what we call grill mahal in the BMX community. And I'll explain that later. So be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell tab if you'd like to be updated to future videos. The next video in this series will be laying down at least the first coat. Maybe we'll do the whole coating, all 3 coats on the floor in the next video. So go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe button. I appreciate it very much. I hope this has been a help to you. I hope you've enjoyed it. All right, have a great day. God bless you, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.